Hello, everybody. This is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa.
And I am Latasha Blanton, also with the Real South Africa.
And you guys are welcome to sunny South Africa. If this is your first time, this is your opportunity to come with Phil Scott with his channel.
And they will be here on March 16th through the 25th, 2022. The cost does include the flight, most meals, and your domestic flight in country from Johannesburg to Cape Town. The cost is $5,500 per person sharing and $6,150 for a person wanting a single room.
Now, at this point, you don't need any extra shots. The only thing you need to do is have a negative COVID test prior to you leaving. And then, of course, upon departure, we will get you another COVID test. And then that's it. So that's really all you need. And, of course, a passport.
So no shots, no vaccines, no nothing. Just get to South Africa. We'll see you here.
So our old friend, Jonathan Capehart, he's a definite shield for the Democrat Party. He put out an opinion piece in the Washington Post. Now, when it comes to opinion pieces, the Washington Post and any other media outlet has to co-sign that and say, okay, yeah, this is cool. You can put up this opinion piece. So this definitely represents a position in the Washington Post. So Jonathan Capehart, he says in this article, he said young black people are angry that no new voting rights bills have become law, and that once again, it said they're being asked to get in a line with their relatives for hours to vote for the Democrats, to whom they gave the White House, the House, and the Senate, and got no ballot protections in return. The Democrats renewed calls to out-organize and outvote fall flat. Yeah, let me stop there. If black people respect themselves, black Americans, listen to me. They say that you are the backbone of the Democrat Party. And they have never respected the backbone. Remember, Jim Crow Joe said that you had his back and he will have ours. And he haven't had a thing. Only thing that they decided to do to you was to give you symbolism of federal holiday Juneteenth. When I've been living in Texas, and Juneteenth has been a holiday ever since I've been living here in Texas, where that basically the story started in Galveston, where the Union soldiers came to Galveston and told the brothers and sisters, hey, you're free. You know what I'm saying? On June 19th. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a holiday in Texas, a red state. It still is a holiday here in Texas. Okay? You talking about hip hop appreciation month or something like that? We didn't ask you for. We didn't ask you for that. Now you talking about the Supreme Court justice, which is going to be more symbolism. It don't even change the dynamics of the court at all. It's still going to be a 6-3 majority with conservatives. Every time we look up, it's this symbolism. But when we go out to vote, we were voting for police reform and to end qualified immunity. That's what black people were stood in long lines for in the middle of a global pandemic. Black people went out and say, hey, we need to get some sort of form of reparations. Now, when it was time to vote, all of a sudden you have these HR 40 hearings. Remember that? All that was to run game on black American voters. So, black people talking about reparations. Black people talking about the police situation. You failed on the police bill. You didn't even do it. Oh, but you made sure to give everybody else a bag, and you made sure to give the Asian community a hate crime law. Well, if anybody touched them, it's going to be federal. You understand? That same party in their left-wing media, CNN, MSNBC, etc., propagandized black Americans for them to get that bill. Using cities like liberal cities at that, like New York and LA, and say, oh, look, all these hate crimes against Asians, all these specials on ABC News, all black Americans attacking Asians. And the moment they sign that bill, where's the news reports? So black Americans just stop attacking Asians now? They quit? They just say, oh, I'm going to quit today. This is the moment these people got in office. After black Americans got them in office, they immediately went to attacking black Americans. This is something they did. You can't say it's Trump. It's them. So what are you talking about? Come out and vote for you. When you have gave us the proverbial F you, that's what you gave us. The moment you got in office, we sat there watching everybody else getting something out of that party and out of this president. Now continuing. So of course, when people are upset, they're saying the disappointment is real and measurable. According to what Capehart is saying, that President Biden's job approval rating among black people, the most loyal Democratic voting bloc, is at 64%. It's in an NBC News poll, and a 19-point drop since April. So the poll plummeted. It's no mystery. So you can't tell black voters you always have my back and I have yours. And Biden didn't expect them to hang on as the legislative priority after priority fails to become law. And he says, trust me, black folks are tired of always having to save this country from itself and then being ignored once the winner of the vote is in office. But the rage of the ancestors roiled within me when I heard this young woman say, and some of her peers are talking about sitting out future elections. Listen to this. Say, if this generation gives up, the resulting damage to our democracy will be as much as they're doing as is the Republican perpetrators. That is a freaking lie. That is a lie. Jonathan Capehart, you're a freaking liar. You know why you're a liar? Because black people came out in long lines in the middle of a global pandemic. And if you can't get nothing after being in long lines in a global pandemic, then what the hell are you doing? Let me tell y'all something. The reason why they want y'all to stay with that voting block is because you're going to stay in the system that way. You're going to stay on the plantation, so to speak. See, when you talking about, hey, I'm done with it. Y'all have it. Do what you do. Because it's not benefiting me. I'm not going to sit up here and get in the midst of a global pandemic and then risk my life. And then I get nothing in the middle of a freaking George Floyd uprising and I still can't get nothing out the deal. What am I doing at this point? I'm disrespecting myself and I'm disrespecting my ancestors at the same time. Why would I participate in something that I'm not getting nothing? No, we as black Americans now are saying we are not going to sit up here and allow our votes to be used where everybody else is benefiting and we get nothing. If we get nothing, cool, no problem. You don't got to give us nothing. Then we're going to just chill our nerves. We good. And anybody that want our vote can get it, including Republicans. And I say that big time. Republican Party, if you want black votes, well, you can come get it too. Present something for black people. Present it. We are definitely open now to listening. All that. You're a sellout if you vote. Please, you're a sellout, you vote for Democrat. You're the worst kind of sellout. You know why you're a sellout? You're a sellout because you sell your own people out because you get nothing. You get nothing. At least we'll take a power move. We say, have it. Now, continuing with this Shield is saying. He said a lot of people that I speak to are completely prepared to just watch the country burn. He said, y'all can't get it together. That's not our fault. He said, my millennial ambassador told me, referring to the Democrats. See that? This is the sentiment. This is the sentiment with a lot of black people. It's saying I am not going to be participating in something that don't give me a thing. Black Americans now are finally respecting themselves. Finally. And they're saying now, either you give me something or y'all can just do your thing. We're not going to waste our gas or our time. We're not going to do it. And you know good and well, when the Republicans get in there, they're going to do a lot of things that the liberals not going to like, but let's call it what it is. It don't matter if Republicans in there. Liberals are white. They'll be okay. They don't have nothing to worry about. But these other groups, these other special interest groups that could be white, and these other groups outside our community, right? They tend to lose a lot when Republicans get in there. But if we're not getting nothing, what's the point? That's going to be my message the whole time. What is the point if we not getting nothing? Black America, it's time for you to be selfish for a change. Because let me tell you something, nobody else cares about you. They don't care about me. All they care about is themselves. All these other groups. And politically, they get in a position and you look at them and say, hey, okay, cool. You know, you're going to reciprocate? Stop being lazy. Go do it yourself. Why you've been here 400 years and you looking at me to come to help you? So no, not at all. Continuing. They were saying, it's like Obama all over again. This is what they told Capehart. They said, we gave him the power and they couldn't get themselves together. He said he got some things done, but not all the things that he could have gotten done. He said, how many times are we going to do the same thing? This is what the people told Jonathan Capehart. See, this is when you talk to the black community who are young. When you talk to the younger people, that's the response you're going to get. See, they make sure to try not to talk to many young people because young people are on that. And let me tell you something. Every year that passed, that group that was loyal, so loyal to the Democrat Party, they going on to be with the Lord. And now you having more, and they know they base is shrinking. So this is why they're investing so much into immigrants that's coming in here. But most of those immigrants that come in here, because that's a failed strategy, they're going to vote Republican. Because a lot of these countries are very patriarchic. They're not on no feminism and LGBT and all of that. No. So easily Republicans fit well for them. But now Capehart, he started after the people told him what was real in the Washington Post. Then he wants to start trying to do the Jedi mind trick, the finesse. But let me take, because like I said, let's go through what he's saying. He starts saying here, let me deal with Obama first. He said the nation's first black president elected in 2008 and reelected in 2012. Yet despite public pleadings, low Democratic voter turnout in the 2010 and 2014 midterm elections handed Republicans the majority in the House and Senate, respectively. If folks wanted Obama to get things done, they wanted him to get done, then he should have showed up at the polls. See, that's a freaking lie. Let me tell you something. The moment Obama got in office, he sat there and he did something for the bankers. None of them went to jail for tanking the economy. And Obama, that same Obama, made it hard for everybody, but including black people, to get homes after that. He put so much requirements for you to get a house. And prior to that, you could have got a house of $500 down. And you could have got a mortgage. Now, you need 3.5%. And all these requirements now that you didn't need before to get a mortgage. Obama did all that, okay? Don't tell me that, because maybe if he was doing something for black people, he wouldn't have lost the majority. Like now, right? See, they always try to blame black people for everything. When they're in office, they can't do nothing for you. They tell you they need more people. Then they lose the majority. They blame you for that too. You notice everything you did it. Everything wrong with America is black folks' fault. You did it. Black people did this wrong. Black people did that wrong. Black people can't win at all. Now, he continues. I get the younger generation's feelings of anger and disappointment, but as I listen to the burn it down defeatism, no, it's not defeatism. It's not defeatism of Capehart. It's not. It is respect for a change. It is the words of our great ancestor, Fannie Lou Hamer, when she said that if black people can't have America, well, then they can't have it either. That's exactly what that is. That is respecting yourself. Why the hell should we keep on supporting something as a community politically that's not benefiting us? Everybody coming in, we watch people just come into this country and they get over you within 3 to 5 years because of our government do it. And we participate in it by voting them in. You understand? So then he went to, later talking about, my mind went immediately to March 1965 and Bloody Sunday. Oh, Lord, John Lewis. He brings up that John Lewis getting beat up, And shout out to John Lewis. Talking about the Edmund Pettus Bridge. And yes, we know the story about that. And that's what they felt they need to do at that time period, but that's not today. You cannot use John Lewis and Selma to try to get young people to do anything today, okay? He talked about, oh, well, you know, what if Martin Luther King gave up and this one gave up and that one gave up? Martin Luther King, unfortunately, that brother isn't here anymore. Many of those people aren't here anymore, right? We're talking about today, 2022. It's a different landscape than what it was back in 1965, okay? So with that being said, Black Americans are finally start to respect themselves. And respecting yourself is saying, I'm not going to sit up there and carry the water for other people like a slave. That's what slaves do. Slaves work to make everyone else's lives better for free. Slaves aren't paid. Slaves aren't rewarded. So they want Black people to continue to be the proverbial slaves for everybody that comes into this country and the people that also already live here. And just the slaves don't get no set asides. The slave, no. So with that being said, if the Republicans get in there and they say, well, they will get rid of affirmative action. They will get affirmative action, don't even benefit Black Americans. Dr. Clown Anderson told you that. He told you that eloquently. He said white women benefit from affirmative action more than any other group. We said, what's the point of it now? At one point in time, it benefited Black people, but when they changed it, it started benefiting white women, white LGBT, white disabled. Then you mention all the other groups, and then Black people go at the bottom of that, of affirmative action. You know, remember all these set-asides talking about minorities, and then when they talk about black, and then they talk about all other people, and then when you look at when the money's divvied out, guess who get the money last? Black people. So Black people are finally saying, we're going to respect ourselves. We're going to respect ourselves politically and say, no, you're not going to give us anything. You know what we need. It's not hard to figure out what we need as a community because our children are suffering. We're dying. We're being mass incarcerated. This is what we're seeing, okay? It's not being divvied out equally. We've seen what the police is doing in our community. We're dealing with open white supremacists, literally white supremacist groups on police departments targeting us. They're not targeting everybody equally. So don't give me that. Because I guarantee you, if they were targeting everybody equally, most of the immigrants that come here would leave. They'll go back to their home countries because they're like, I'm not about to deal with that. I'm going to leave. America isn't safe. You understand? So Black Americans got the right idea. Burn it down and break the back of the Democrat Party. Yes. That is respect. Finally. Now, some people, of course, you know, your Boule Martins and the rest of them, you know, why would you do that? But you have to understand, and I keep telling y'all, there's a group of Black people like the Boule Martin crowd. They're paid to keep you in a subservient position. They're rewarded. You understand? They're rewarded financially. They're rewarded with certain advertisers, positions, etc. They're rewarded for serving you up to the Democrat Party. They're rewarded because I keep bringing him back up. Boule Martin, prior to this election of Joe Biden, if you go look up the videos, he wasn't moving the way he's moving now. All of a sudden, remember he was crying. Oh, even in the video, he was crying when he saw y'all because they promised him something. Listen, that crying had nothing to do with y'all voting. That crying is like, oh my God, I'm about to give my bag. And it wasn't long after Biden got in office. All of a sudden now, Roland got these corporate sponsors now, something he never can get for years on his own. He never can get it. All these years, he never had corporate sponsors till the Democrats got in that time. Then all of a sudden he gets his new studio talking about how y'all jealous. How are we jealous? We're not selling our soul. If I sold my soul, I can get a lot too. I'm not selling my soul. I'd rather take longer to do something instead of selling my soul to them folks. But what's so despicable about Boule Martin and his ilk is that they serve up Black people so they could benefit. Y'all better understand, there's a group of Black people in this country that benefit keeping you at the bottom. They benefit. They get money. And the more and more of you wake up, then you know what's going to happen. If they're not useful to massa, the massa going to snatch that money. That's what's going to happen. And it needs to happen. Because Black people ain't getting paid, so why should they? But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation here with a lot of people waking up. And even Jonathan Capehart is trying his best because he get paid too. You got to understand that all them black folks you see tied in with the mainstream media and all that Democrat this and Democrat that is because they getting paid. But you know what? It's like Fannie Lou Hamer say, well, if we ain't getting paid, we can't have America. You know what? Y'all can't have it either. So you know what? Yeah, let politically, let it go. Chill your nerves. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store. Colonization never ended in the white supremacist system. And as we see today, the colonization is in the mind. Now, those who have been enslaved and those who have been colonized, we're still dealing with the remnants of that through the colonization of the mind. Pick up my book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, and we will help deprogram you from the colonization that was put upon you by generations and generations of white supremacy. You can pick it up today on Amazon.com.